It's your boy Benny Bands, yeah. Benny Bands, yeah. Benny Bands, yeah. It's the culture show. It's the culture show. Culture show. Benny Bands, yeah. Benny Bands.
Yo, I got part 2 with Hey Jay Thompson.
Woo! Woo!
So when you out moving around in the country before the COVID thing hit, like what were some of the things that that you would run into, whether it be problems or some of the good things you would run into, whether it be groupies or whether it be, how he's smiling, yeah, it's the groupies, man, I touched on the subject, you know what I'm saying?
You funny.
You
asked me this on a Sunday too. Wrong for that. Now I'll be honest with you. The groupie thing was much more prevalent during my music days.
Okay.
One of the differences with comedy and music is music got more of the group, like the groupie.
Now, touching on the music, this is how you got into comedy though, is through the music, correct?
Yeah, like I got into comedy in a sad way. Like I was torn. I'm a music producer. I worked with Wu-Tang Clan, Keisha Cole, Gorilla Black, Russell Simmons Music Group, 60/60 Music. I had an artist come from England and do some, some music, so I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? And and a couple of the songs wound up on the soundtrack.
Okay.
Shit like that. So I've been blessed to sing some arenas and some places and things like that, man. And the biggest difference in comedy and music for me. This is just my opinion, so don't blow up my Twitter and stab me in the throat and all that shit.
Blow it up, people.
But comedy was easier to navigate than music. My ascension in comedy came much easier and quicker than it did in music. And I think for 2 reasons. One, with today's technology, everybody got a studio now.
Right.
There's no excuse now. You got a studio on your fucking iPhone. So that's the good thing. There's no excuse. The bad thing with the music game nowadays is everybody got a studio.
A lot of bullshit.
Oh, these niggas here. We don't get this motherfucker. If I hear one more hip hop Dalmatian out this motherfucker, hey, damn. You know what I'm talking about? If I don't get this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So the bullshit gets mixed in with the good, and those who are good gotta fight through a lot more bullshit to get seen. An example I use all the time is you can go to a good festival in the park, right, and see 4 or 5 good bands. If you go to a comedy show that's got 4 or 5 comedians, if you know the good comedian from the bad comedian, you see that real quick. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But when a band, with bands are so good. A lot of them, there's probably 30 good ass bands. Right. So you could put 5 on stage, and they all just rock. Right. You could put 5 comedians on stage, you might get 2 niggas that really was worth being the fuck up there.
Right.
So music was harder to me because the saturation of the amount of talent in the game. You might get 2 niggas that really was worth being the fuck up there.
Right.
So music was harder to me because the saturation of the amount of talent in the game is just harder to get seen, especially in a locked-in city like Cincinnati. When I was coming up in the 90s, when we were still tapping out shit on Roger Lynn's and still in water drop beats, like breaking, it's working, that type shit. You know what I mean? And Beat Street and shit. Man, it was, you know what I mean? So it was different. So with comedy though, man, I can't speak for nobody else but me, but I was so blessed that my very first time on stage, I got paid. I didn't know about it though.
You didn't know you was gonna get paid.
The very first time I got on stage is a funny ass story. And I gotta send a shout out to T.O. Matt France, my homie. It's one of my white homies. They had a comedy show that they was doing. He was the headliner. T.O. was a headliner, and he asked me to come out and host. I had never done comedy before. He'd asked me to come out and host. He said, "I just want you to talk a little shit. You got to gift the gab, come out and talk some of that shit." And the brother's like, what I mean? This white dude, I'm just keeping it real. The brother's like. I said, "Why are you asking me?" He said, "I need you to break up the monotony. Everybody on this bill is like a Larry the Cable Guy, like a get her done type flavor." He said, "I want you to break up the monotony." So I went up when I was supposed to literally just be up there for like a minute and introduce him. I wanted to be on stage for 8 minutes and murdered it so hard that it made it hard for T.O. to come on stage.
Wow.
And I learned the business the hard way. The blessing was Jimmy Flint, Larry Flint's people, the Hustler people.
Yeah, the Hustler people.
They were in the crowd.
Yeah.
I got off the stage, him and his white dude pulled me aside, gave me $150, much love to the Flint people. He gave me $150, took my phone number. The next day they called me. That was on a Monday. Tuesday they called me and tell me they want me to go with them to Vegas on Friday. So my second show in life was in Las Vegas, Nevada at the porno convention. Oh, I mean, my bad. It was the Bible. It was. I know I told y'all it was.
Las Vegas Bible.
It was a Las Vegas Bible School Cirque du Soleil version. Fuck it. It was the adult novelty convention. It was the porno convention in essence.
There's a whole lot of fucking shit going on.
The AVNs, man, is like it is a circus of it's crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let me tell you. So I'm on a plane to Vegas with $48 in my pocket. $48. If this is a hoax, I'm fucked up. I'm on the other end of the continent, nigga. Not the city. I'm on the other end of North America, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? With $48 in prayers. Like, okay, Lord. I hope these white folks was legit.
Let's hope this shit go right.
Nigga, I got there. Again, I can't do nothing but get into love, man. Them motherfuckers had me in a suite at the Hard Rock.
Wow.
Sweet, nigga. Right?
Show love.
Suite at the Hard Rock. I'm gonna show you how my broke ass didn't know where I was. I'm walking around with my $48, walking around I'm going to little Chinese joints for $5 little plates and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, they had put $250 a day on the room, nigga. Room service. My dumb ass could have ate
good.
$250 a day on the room, son.
And didn't even know it.
I didn't know it the first day. The second day, though, they paid. Oh, nigga, they paid. The dude let me use the shit. He was like, we don't care. You got a $25 a day. Oh, nigga, now here's the thing, though. I'm not exaggerating. Like, they had a place in the Hard Rock called the Pink Taco. A group of 3 tacos was $35.
Right.
So $250 sound like a lot of money, but I spent $100 on some tacos, some guaca salsa, a cute little
9 tacos.
Right. Like, nigga, I spent $100 on some tacos.
Was they small or big tacos?
Nigga, they was $100 tacos. Nigga, I had sex with them tacos. I ain't even talking. I fucked the shit out them tacos, nigga. They had a place in the Hard Rock called the Pink Taco. A group of 3 tacos was $35.
Right.
So $250 sound like a lot of money, but I spent $100 on some tacos, some guaca salsa, a cute little
9 tacos.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, I spent $100 on some tacos.
Was they small or big tacos?
Nigga, they was $100 tacos. Nigga, I had sex with them tacos. Nigga. I ain't even talking. I fucked the shit out them tacos, nigga. Tacos for $100. Bitch, I'm gonna get some head on these tacos.
Yeah. What these taste like?
Shit, nigga. I took that taco on a date. Right. You hear what I'm talking about? Fuck y'all, nigga. Shit. $250 for some goddamn tacos.
Man.
But so the blessing of it was they had me at the Hustler booth telling jokes, making people come over and buy merchandise.
Right.
They sold out of merch on the first day.
Wow.
They was almost pissed about it because they spent so much on the booth. That the next day there was no merch and FedEx couldn't get nothing to them in time. So they literally just let me sit there all day and tell jokes. Then they had a talent show that was part of it. They signed me up for the talent show. They put me on behind a bitch who did Cirque du Soleil shit. This bitch butt naked with a curtain flying around on stage and shit. I'm supposed to come on. So my second time in life is in Vegas at the Hard Rock.
Right.
Behind some pussy flying around on a damn curtain.
Your ass acted a fool.
Nigga. No, I was just me. I walked out on stage and I just looked up and did like this. She coming back? She coming back? Fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
I need to see her.
Y'all can stay, nigga. I'm only remember 5 minutes, nigga. Y'all kiss fuck y'all. That's part of how I do comedy. Anybody who heard me say I'm not up there for the crowd. I don't give a fuck if they like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if they don't.
You having fun.
Man, as long as I have, in most cases, if you having fun, they gonna have fun with you, right?
No doubt.
But yeah, so my second show in life was behind the Cirque du Soleil chick. And what made that even more funny is Dennis Rodman and his crews was in the crowd. They was in the very front row.
Okay.
Dennis Rodman is 6 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot,
Yeah,
right?
keep going.
But his
for it.
feet is the same size as mine. That nigga feet is 6 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot. So that nigga had his nigga had his feet out and he was tripping the bitches out on Las Vegas Boulevard. He was tripping motherfuckers at the MGM Grand, nigga. We had the Hard Rock. You know what I'm talking about? Bigfoot bastard. Fuck that nigga. Wait till I tell you what happened, right? So he's sitting there, man. He got pink and green hair, right?
Right.
And he literally had his feet out like one of the waitresses had to walk around.
Right.
I said, hey man, move your feet, you fucking sorority snow cone looking ass nigga. I went in on there for like, so that's how I just roasted Dennis Rodman for like 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
What did he do? He laughed?
not a bit. Let me tell you how it went down. That's why I said fuck that nigga. Let me tell you how it went down. So my first 2 shows, I pissed off motherfucker.
Right.
Pissed off the headliner. This time I pissed off Dennis Rodman, right? So when the show over, man, we out in the overflow lobby, like where you kind of go back to the rest of the shit. And one of the dudes and his crew was in a wheelchair, in one of them electric zzz.
Yeah.
I didn't know they was pissed until dude made his way through the crowd and kept rolling up on us. You see me, hey, what's up, dog? Oh, you talking shit? Hey, little niggas. So I'm pushing the cart back and shit. Like, and Dennis Rodman and them trying to make their way through the crowd.
Right.
So I'm pushing the cart. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's just trying to hit me and shit. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? So he did it one more time and I jumped out the side and pushed the damn cart that direction, right? Now, although I've said some disparaging things before, in this case, I was happy to see the police. Them motherfuckers was coming a beeline to my black ass. They was on the way.
Right,
You know what I'm talking about?
right.
Not regular walk, that walk.
That walk.
That
Yeah,
walk.
yeah.
You know that walk, nigga. And Dennis Rodman coming that walk this way. I'm looking like, oh, I hope y'all get here first.
Yeah, bro, you do. Yeah.
I'm looking like, and two of them motherfuckers like, say something else, nigga. Say, you know what I'm saying? And the cops made me go up to my room and I asked them, like, why y'all make me leave? And they kept it real. They said, although we didn't really feel like you did nothing wrong, it's easier to make one motherfucker leave than to make 30. True.
True.
So I went back up and ordered some more tacos.
Oh, some more tacos.
Fuck that, nigga. I went right on the fuck back on. Yeah. Had my fun for the night, nigga. Had my
Funny nigga,
for the
man.
night. I got salsa and guacamole that night.
Funny nigga, man. Funny cat, man. You ever in your area, you ever see AJ Thompson come across your billboard or anything, your social media page, man? He's in town, man. Make sure you go check him out, man.
You probably saw the billboard was my back though. Like I rent that out. I rent that out for half ounces of weed per.
Hey man, funny cat, man. You ever in your area, you ever see AJ Thompson come across your billboard or anything, your social media page, man? He's in town, man. Make sure you go check him out, man.
You probably saw the billboard was my back though. Like I rent that out. I rent that out for half ounces of weed per.
Out of your Ovations crew, who do you think's the next one, you know what I'm saying, to come out of your crew?
Well, you know, let me explain it like this. If I could give you an analogy, I would say Ovations would probably be the closest thing you would have to like a record label for comedians.
Right.
So the same way music artists put out albums, comedians put out albums. The same way music artists have channels that their music is played, so do comedians.
Okay.
So the difference though is we're a full-blown entertainment company. So it's not just comedians. We've got bands, singers, poets, models, all of that. Authors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that type shit. The blessing of it is when you join Ovations, you don't have to give up everything else you've done. This isn't one of them things where you join us and now you can't be what you.
Right.
You joining us because you evidently got something going on. We don't want no motherfuckers that ain't got shit going on.
Right.
So if you joining us, it's almost like having a comedy family. I don't want to say a gang like we the Bloods and Crips.
No doubt. The gang.
Like the joke gang and shit. Like I'll roast the bumps off your back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your mama 4 years so big. You know that type shit.
Right.
We peaceful, cool, weed smoking, chilling. Like you know, we got our dough. About the thing that's different with us is I think we strive for excellence with everything. So although we funny and we blessed and talented, we professional. Okay. So it's a business. I feed kids with this shit. You understand what I'm saying? So if we got a show that started at 8 o'clock, it's not gonna start at 9:30.
Starting at 8.
It's gonna start 8, maybe 8:05, 8. You know, ain't shit happen. But let's keep it down. But one of my famous saying is, what time does the 8 o'clock show start?
Right.
Usually when it's 8:45, 9 o'clock, I'm gonna ask them, motherfucker, what time the 8 o'clock show start? 9:30? Got you. So here's the problem. A lot of venues like to do that because they think, okay, well, let's get it crowded and let some people sell drinks and this, that, and the other.
Right.
But then the venue don't fucking promote their drinks. The venue don't fucking promote what they got coming. So you just got motherfuckers gathered there that might have bought one drink or two, but they ain't getting you the dough you think you're getting from this extra hour and a half we got.
Right.
Now my rep is bad for putting on late shows, trying to help your ass get an extra 80, 30, you know, $200 couple dollars.
Right. Don't add up.
And you know why I say that? Because I've owned a venue. I've been that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've been that nigga. I've owned a venue.
Right.
I was owning Doors VSP Lounge with Maria. Me and Maria was co-owners.
Okay.
And I've been that nigga that said, hey man, don't start the show till, you know what I mean? We sell some more wings.
Right.
You know, the hard part for me with Indoors is that I was the business and the businessman. Maria busted her ass. But in essence, because most of the time I was like working the kitchen, and then like 10 minutes later I gotta go on stage. So
many hats.
Yeah, so after I just sanitized my hands, here I am coming out the back, taking off the apron with flyer and shit. All right, y'all ready to get right? Y'all ready to get this show on? No, here Thompson. So it was a lot of work. Because of the fact that I had to be on stage a lot, this, that, and the other.
Right.
So, but man, it was a gift and a curse. If I got into venue ownership again, I'd do some things differently. But I've been that dude that's had the venue, so I know what the venue owners try to do, and I know when you don't promote your shit, you in essence wasted that promoter's time and everybody else. So with Ovations, man, we try to do things on a level where there's a striving for excellence. There's a standard that you can expect.
Right.
I actually look at it like this. When we doing a comedy show, it's not necessarily about who's on the show, it's about the reaction they get.
Okay.
Right? So if you go to an Ovation show and you have a good time, did it matter whether you had Eddie Murphy or Murphy Eddie up there? So if I guarantee you a good time every time you come out and I'm charging you $10, $15, $20, you understand what I'm saying? That's the thing.
The drink's gonna taste the same anyway, wherever.
Right. So the bigger thing is, man, is that we got so much to offer that we can be the entire show. If a venue come to us and say, I want a band, a comedian, a poet, or this, that, and the other, I don't have to go nowhere and get into this Facebook group and say, here's XYZ on XYZ day. And it's almost like feeder sharks. Motherfuckers will be like, I got it, I can do it, you know what I'm saying? So I really can't pinpoint who would be next. Because technically there's 40-something of us.
Right.
6 cities.
And everybody's working, like you said. Everybody's working. They got their
some of us already blessed with credits. Gerald Kelly coming in the game with credits 3 pages long. I'm blessed to done HBO, Comedy Central, Fox TV,
movies,
a couple of movies, a couple of ugly broads in Minnesota. That's another story. And that baby in West Virginia ain't mine. Fuck what y'all said.
She wants a DNA test.
She got me confused. But if I want to talk about the comedians, which would basically be the foundation, I would say there's about 4 or 5 that are all working their ass off.
Right.
So it'll be hard to pick. But I definitely got to show them all love. I will start with my man LJ White. I would definitely have to put Aisha Brown in there. I would have to put JR Jr. in there. Have to put my man Daryl Clark in there. You know what I'm saying? Damon Cherry, Mark Faison. Like, they working, right? But then we just brought some new jacks aboard. You know what I'm saying? We got another white female. Her name is Tsunami.
Okay.
We got another white male named Travis Connor. And I'm stressing their color because we don't want nobody to think that
it's all black.
Not at all. We all love. If you good people, we fucks with you.
No doubt.
The ones that are definitely working the hardest will be the ones giving the most, opportunities. But and while I'm talking about Ovations, I would be remiss to not send love to Maria Cavallaro, who is not only like my second in command, but she do 70% of the hard work, bro. I ain't gonna sit here and perk like, a lot of the posters, a lot of the admin shit behind the scenes. I gotta say, shout out to my little Hayes Angels group. They know who they are. They a little part of the team that do some admin work and just, great support network. Got love for them. So I'm blessed that we got so many opportunities coming that everybody who I named should have a real good 2021. Because there's gonna be way too many opportunities for any one motherfucker to take them.
Exactly.
The whole camp should be ready to go.
You got any shout outs, anything you want to say to people, how they can follow you, get in contact with you, how they can book you and the Ovation team?
Yeah, man, like I got all that digital shit, but I'm still old school, man. Call me. Like, I said, nigga, I got a fax machine with a crank on the side. I put ink in that bitch every Thursday. Don't play with me, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hear what I'm talking about? So, yeah, man. So on the real, I would say on the digital shit, as far as Facebook go, you can catch me at comedian Hayward J Thompson. IG, I'm HeyJ_Thompson. On Twitter, that would be Hey Jay Got Jokes. I don't know what else I'm on. I do know that I got a brand manager now. So there's gonna be a lot of different shit that I'm gonna be doing in 2021, and I will be having a TikTok coming up soon.
Okay.
You'll start seeing them videos. I'm double paying.
Are you dancing? Are you doing the dances?
Well, see, the thing is, man, since they closed the strip clubs, man, I had to go back to my grocery bag job. I used to be at the strip club. My stage name was Bacon Grease.
Bacon Grease.
And I used to go out there, man. You know what I'm saying, with scallops on my man, and go out there and shake what my mama gave me, but they closed the club, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Funny guy, man. Listen, Hey Jay
Open
Thompson,
the clubs
man.
back up, nigga. I need some work.
They coming. Hey Jay Thompson, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm your boy Benny Bands, the host for the Culture Show. And yo, man, we out.
Benny Bands, it's the Culture Show.